Andres, you got host privileges. Miss Martinez, you can let him in whenever you want. Cool.
Some morning tea. Well, afternoon now.
Okay, so it's loading. Give me just 1 second. There it is. Okay, I have all 4 of them loaded. Okay. 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 All right. Hey, looks like we're live, huh? We're gonna let them in now? Okay. Are we all set? Is everybody here? Hey. Hey, hi, everyone. I'm Andres Martinez. Remember me? I'm a NASA engineer. And my office is at NASA Ames Research Center, which is only like 10 minutes away from your schools. Welcome to Destination Space 2021. Remember, we started this in February, and we took you to Mars in February with all these incredible scientists and engineers. And then in March, we went to the moon, where I invited all my colleagues from the Artemis program with the Advanced Exploration Systems Division, the division that, where I work. These are all my buddies that came and told you about NASA's biggest, most powerful rocket ever that we're building, that we're gonna be launching later this year. We told you about the spacecraft that's gonna take us to the moon. We also had an educator who went to space, Miss Barbara Morgan. And this month, in April, we're focusing on our beautiful planet Earth. We already started last week. We had some incredible talks. Today, we have another special guest. We have Miss Vianey Arana. So everyone, please help me welcome Miss Vianey Arana. She's an Emmy-nominated weather anchor and reporter at NBC Bay Area. That's our local NBC broadcast channel here. She's also the NASA JPL Solar System Ambassador. I'm so excited about that. So she's here and she's gonna talk to us about working in weather beyond, beyond the forecast. She's currently working on a series called Hey VNA Climate Hacks. It's gonna be airing on weekend mornings and on social media. She's very active on social media, so look for her, follow her. Please, everyone, help me welcome Ms. Vianey Arana. I'm so glad you're with us, Vianey. Please take it away.
Thank you so much for such a lovely introduction. Hi, everybody. You're probably watching from home, and I'm working from home too. I'm in my office at home, and I want to warn everybody that I do have my weather producer here. He's a lot hairy. He might get loud sometimes. He's my dog Binks. So if you hear him barking because a package arrived at the door, I'm going to apologize ahead of time, okay? He likes to assist me a lot of the time. So Andres, thank you so much. Should we go ahead and actually, before I share the screen, as Andres said, I work at NBC Bay Area, and I'm also a Telemundo 48 contributor, and our TV station is located in San Jose on First Street. So if you've ever been to San Jose, you might have even seen it. It's near the PayPal area, next to the freeway, and I am so excited to be here with everybody today because we've got some fun stuff to talk about. So if you watch the news, you might see somebody standing in front of some graphics, right, with the weather pointing at a wall, right? And you're thinking, well, what are they pointing at? We're pointing at graphics to tell you the weather. And there is a difference between the weather and climate, right? I bring you the weather report, which is basically, what are you going to wear that day? Is it going to be cold outside? Is it going to be raining? And then there's climate, which is something different. So we're going to get into that. And I hope I can answer some of your questions at the end. And we've got some fun stuff going on. So first, I want to introduce everybody to the rest of our weather team. And you might recognize some of these faces if your parents watch the news. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, Andres. Does that work?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so let's introduce you to our Bay Area weather team. Here we go. And here we are. Do you guys see my screen okay?
Oh, yes.
We see my screen? Okay, perfect. So here on the right-hand corner, you see Meet the Team. So we have an amazing group of scientists. The first one you'll see is Carrie Hall. She is our morning meteorologist, and she does the morning news really early, 4:30 in the morning to 7 a.m. So while you're getting ready for school and while your parents are getting ready for work, she's up telling everybody the weather. Then we've got Chief Meteorologist Jeff Ranieri over here on the right-hand side. He's our chief meteorologist. So he is in charge of our entire weather team. He does the evening newscast. So later in the afternoon, right? The 5, 6, and 11 p.m. news. And then we've got meteorologist Rob Maeda. And he is my weekend counterpart because I do weekend mornings at 7 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, and he does the evening team. So this is our entire weather team at NBC Bay Area, and we bring you guys the forecast. So first thing is first, I was talking about how there is a difference between weather and climate, right? So what is the difference between weather and climate? Can everybody see the screen here? Okay, perfect. We've got this one. This is from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and it's a quick little explainer for the difference between climate. So climate is what you expect and weather is what you get. So let me slide this down a little so you guys can see. Every morning when you wake up for school or you have a big day plan, maybe you're going to take your dog on a walk, maybe you're going to go hiking, you're thinking, is it going to be hot outside and is it going to rain? Well, that's weather. And more specifically, weather is a mix of days, mix of events that happen each day in our atmosphere. So our atmosphere is pretty much what happens in the sky, right? And there's only one atmosphere on Earth, and we don't all have the same weather. Has anybody ever lived in a place where it snows? If you have, I want you to think about that. Or maybe you've never lived in a place where it snows, but you might have seen snow. So the weather isn't the same all around the world, right? But what is climate? Well, weather are short-term changes that happen every day. What can we expect today? And climate describes what the weather is going to be like over a long period of time in a specific area. So climate is, we look at how often does it rain? How often does it snow? Is it always hot here? Let's say, for example, the Bay Area. Many of you have seen the fog, right, at the Golden Gate Bridge. That's a really good explainer. So here to give you a better idea, let's look at a little bit of a difference. So weather, I tell you what to wear each day, right? You're thinking, should I wear flip-flops? It's too cold for flip-flops. It's snowing outside. And climate tells you what type of clothes to have in your closet. If you live in a place where it snows a lot, you probably have a lot more jackets than I do because I'm from California. I only put on a heavy jacket when I go see the snow in the Sierra for Lake Tahoe, right? So that's the difference between weather and climate. So we have a lot of different things happening in weather. And when I give you the weather forecast, so Andres, I'm gonna need your help here. I wanna show you an example of what I do at work every day. Now, this is before COVID. So this is when I would still get to hang out with my coworkers inside the station at NBC Bay Area. And notice how close we were sitting, right? This is in 2019. This is back in the day when I was still at the station, but I want to show you the difference of how we used to work back then and how we do things now. So Andres, if you can help me out by clicking on that first link so that they can hear the audio for that. Let's see. All right, Andres is gonna help me out with that so you guys can see the weather. There we go. Perfect.
It's getting
So
colder.
cold, yeah.
And we have another cold blast moving in the form of a pretty strong storm, and the impacts are going to include rain, wind, snow for the Sierra, and also flash flood watches for those burn scars up through the Kincaid fires. So let's get right to it. Right now in San Francisco, 43 degrees. Yesterday's high, only 48 degrees, so it was certainly cold, but it's even colder now up through the North Bay. Look at that. Santa Rosa 26, Napa 26. That's been the big story of the headline this morning because a lot of people are heading out the door down through San Jose, 37, Livermore 32. Bundle up, guys. That freeze warning is in place through 9 a.m. And here's a look at how your afternoon is going to fare out. Notice how I kept showers in the forecast. The reason I did that is because there is a little bit of that instability just off the coast, which could mean periods of just a little bit of light rain at times throughout the evening. San Jose only a high of 54 today. Santa Rosa 53, and through Concord 53 degrees. And let's get right to that next big storm because this is what's really going to be on everybody's mind this weekend. Storm Ranger right now, it looks quiet, but it's been working hard, and we're definitely going to need our mobile Doppler radar heading into the weekend because even though right now we've got a little bit of instability just off the coast, look what's waiting for us just ahead. That storm is making its approach just off the coast in the form of an atmospheric river event heading into Saturday. Tomorrow morning, we're going to wake up with some light rain. It's going to be very windy, but as the day progresses, things are going to get much worse. We're expecting these heavy pockets of rain to continue, especially Saturday night into early Sunday morning. That's going to bring the possibility of localized flooding.
And we can pause it there. I just wanted to show everybody who was wondering, well, what does she do at the station? There we go. So that was before we had to stay 6 feet apart, and I had to work from home. So this is when we also had rain, which we haven't had in a very long time. And we need the rain, you guys. Rain is a part of what impacts our climate, right? Whenever it doesn't rain, we see dry brush outside. You might be dry. You ever look outside the window when your parents are driving and you look outside and you see a bunch of dry grass on the mountains and it doesn't look very green? Well, a lot of that dry brush needs rain in order for it to, impact our drought monitor. So let me fast forward this so I can also share another one. Does anybody remember when we had those lightning storms in the Bay Area? Does anybody remember that? We had a bunch of lightning and it was scary, but it wasn't scary because you were inside safe, right? But you could see it outside your window, and then thunderstorms, you can hear it. The lightning was happening and it was loud. If you guys have dogs or cats, my dog started barking like crazy. Actually, I'm going to show you Binks because he snuck in here while I was working. So this is my dog, Binks. Can you guys see him? His name is Binks. He likes a lot of snacks, but he hates thunder. He's not a fan of thunder. He's scared of thunder, and he's scared of lightning. So on the day where it was really loud and we saw all those lightning storms, I wanted to make sure that your parents, and if you were watching in the morning, knew what was happening in the sky. So I did a video showing you how lightning forms, right? How lightning works and how lightning is explained. That way, whenever you see lightning next time, you guys can be like Binks and look outside the window, but thank you for not barking, buddy. So he's really good right now. He's being a good boy, but he doesn't like lightning. So I want to show you guys a video of how lightning works and how lightning is formed. That way, the next time you see it in the Bay Area, you know the science behind the lightning. So Andres, if you could help me out and click that next video where I talk about the lightning. Now in this video, I'm already working from home, right? Now I'm working from my living room. I'm no longer in the studio. I'm working from the couch in my living room.
Focus on the threat.
There you
go. Because we actually don't get a lot of it here in the Bay Area, but I'm going to take you through how lightning works and what we're seeing here in the Bay Area. Now, we're seeing cloud-to-ground lightning, but I want to take you through an explainer. So how it works is electrons begin zigzagging. So think of them zigzagging at a downward motion known as a step ladder. And then as that leader nears the ground, it basically draws the positive charge upwards. And once we push that forward, as the leader and the streamer merge together, the powerful electrical current flows. And actually, this is what you see. You see the return stroke traveling at 60,000 miles per second. So this is how lightning forms. There are various forms of lightning. Now that process may repeat itself several times, which is why you might catch several lightning strike at once, but There are various forms of lightning, and there's everything from cloud to cloud. That is very uncommon. Cloud to sky is occasional. The one that we're seeing now is cloud to ground lightning, and this is actually common, but it's not common for the Bay Area. So let's take a look at why we don't often get thunderstorms here. Our storms are typically lower in the atmosphere and more shallow. That Pacific Ocean current is cold, which means less energy for those storms to develop. On average, we get about 2 to 3 thunderstorms a year, more so in the mountains. Daytona gets about 93 per year. So that's why a couple of things to keep in mind when it comes to that lightning safety. If you hear thunder or see lightning, head indoors for at least 30 minutes after the last thunder. Don't go under a tree. Don't touch metal objects. Look out for each other. We're going to continue to see that threat through today. Temperatures will remain in the triple digits through about Tuesday and Wednesday, and then we'll start to notice some cooling heading into Thursday. Be safe, everyone. Kira, I'll send it back to you.
Thank goodness for Thursday.
So you see there, I'm in my living room, right? Oh, I'm in my living room at that point. I was no longer at the station. I was working from my home. And guess what? So we don't have fancy cameras. Do you want to know how I go live from my living room every day? My phone. Like your mom, how she goes on Facebook Live and Instagram Live and TikTok. This is what I use. Every single time I'm live on TV, I just use my phone, and we have some lights. So I'm just like you guys at home, right? You guys are doing your homework at home. I have to do my work at home. So next time you guys see lightning, remember, you have to head inside. As much as it looks cool, you have to stay safe, and you have to remember when you see it, it's cool to take pictures, but inside, because I always love when you guys send me pictures from home, okay? So now let's talk about, we talked about weather, right? So we talk about how hot it's gonna be, how cold it's gonna be, how lightning forms. But now let's talk about climate. So have any of you ever, with just a raise of hands, have you ever heard of climate change? Raise your hand if you've heard of the words climate change. Awesome. What about the planet? You've heard about the planet, right? Okay, Binks, you too, because you hear me say climate change all the time. Here we go. Binks has heard about climate change. So what is climate change? Well, our weather team has put together some awesome videos. So first thing is first, has everybody seen fog at the Golden Gate Bridge? You know those big clouds that take over the bridge sometimes? For example, let's show you. Okay, so now, Andres, if you can help me out here, we're going to do the Bay Area climate change hotspots. So we have the fog, and I'm going to click on the video, Andres, that way you can share it for them, and they can hear it. And this one, we could just share about, I would say, the first minute of this initial video. But what we did is we sent our entire weather team to go out and look at the fog, because guess what, guys? All of that fog that covers the Golden Gate Bridge, which is those big clouds, it's disappearing. It's leaving us. But where is it going? Well, it all has to do with climate change. And climate change is directly related to the planet warming up. So as the planet gets hotter, it impacts everything around us, right? Our trees, how we get around, our wildlife, the ocean, our energy, everything around you that you see gets impacted by climate change. So now the fog is disappearing. So I got a really cool chance to meet with a scientist. His name is Todd Dawson, and he talked to me all about how the fog is disappearing and how this is hurting those big redwood trees that you see around the coastline. So check this out. Andres, if you could do me the favor and click on that video for me.
Behind me, you see the Woodward Fire burn scar in Marin County at the Point Reyes National Seashore.
Oh, wait,
one of
that's
many.
different. That's another one. We can get to that one in a second. Let's click on the Lagunitas climate hotspot, the crippling of the redwoods. So on this day, I got to put on real shoes. I didn't have to wear slippers because when I work from home, I wear slippers too. And I wear pajama pants sometimes. Not right now. Right now I'm being fancy and I'm not wearing pajama pants. But on this day, when I went to the trees, I got to put on real boots. Andres, let me see. It's for the climate hotspot. So if you take it one back, here, I can send you the direct link. I got to wear real shoes, and we were able to go and find out what was going on. I'm going to send you the link right now. There we go. What was going on with the redwood trees and why the fog is disappearing. So I want you to think about it. When you watch this video, this is directly related to climate change, okay? All right, let me see. I think Andres has it figured out. There we go. Thanks, Andres.
One of the most recognized sights when you come to the Bay Area is the fog, but that fog is disappearing. And here at Samuel P. Taylor Park in Marin County, the redwood trees are suffering, and we're seeing the least amount of hours of fog in history. We're here at Samuel P. Taylor Park in Marin County. What's the problem that the redwood trees are facing?
In this park in Marin County and throughout the Redwood Range, we're starting to see a decline in the health of the redwood trees, and that's all linked to climatic changes. The problem that the redwood trees are facing is that the summertime fog has been on the decline. So 70 years ago, during the summertime, redwood trees would experience about a 12-hour fog day every day. And now they're experiencing about a 9-hour fog day. So fog has declined by around 30–35%. The decrease of fog, it's due to the fact that as the air has warmed, so has the sea surface. And of course, to get coastal fogs in California, what we need is warm, moist air descending over a very cold ocean. If you look into some of the trees that are still thriving, doing really, really well, what we see is very dense canopies, lots of leaf area. You contrast that to a tree that's now seeing water deficits of some sort, and the crown is much more open. You can see through it. I think local solutions are really grassroots, trying to think about what you can do locally to make a difference and improve nature, improve the situation.
Andres, and we can go ahead and pause it there.
So
Thank
for
you
example,
so much.
don't drive your car, ride your bicycle.
Awesome. Okay. And now, so we talked about climate change, right? And you saw the fog. So now it got us thinking at the station, well, that's a really big problem. I can't control the fog, right? I can't control that. So what can I do from my house? Well, because I've been home so much, we came up with this idea of climate hacks. Have you guys ever heard of life hacks where you look for a smarter and quicker way to get something done, right? So now we transform that into climate hacks. So we're going to think about things around your house, like your toothbrush, your shampoo bottle, your dish soap, your dog's poop bags. I say dogs because he's sitting right here. All of that stuff has an impact on the planet in the form of single-use plastic. So we wanted to come up with climate hacks, and these were things that we can swap out at your, from home. Have you heard the saying? I remember when I was young, just like you guys at one point, my teachers used to say, reduce, reuse, and recycle. Remember those sayings? Remember that? Well, those three sayings, we can apply them today, but we can even do so much more. So I want to show you guys some of my climate hacks, which are just little swaps that we can do around the house and the big impacts that they can have. So Andres, I'm going to share the video with you so that we can go ahead and get that switched out. Because single-use plastic, guys, has an impact on our trees, on our landfills, on a number of different things. So here we go. Oh. All right, so I just shared a link with Andres, and he's going to go ahead and share it with you guys. So these are little small changes that you can do around your house that can have a big impact on our planet to help save it. All right.
You're at home or you're on the go. But a lot of times, a lot of us end up buying these plastic water bottles. And well, that's a planet problem. Here's why. A study done by Euromonitor International and International Market Research Institute found that around the world, 1 million plastic water bottles are purchased each minute. Yes, 1 million a minute. National Geographic reports that in the U.S., only 30% of plastic bottles sold get recycled. That means the rest end up in landfills or in the ocean, where it takes each bottle at least 450 years to fully break down. Hey, Vianey, it's time for your climate hack. An easy and affordable swap, of course, is a reusable bottle. They have stainless steel ones. This is a glass bottle option that you can carry in your purse. And if you're thinking I drink more water than that, the good news is they have different sizes. Just get a bigger one. A less bulky option, I did a quick search and found collapsible water bottles that you can fold up once you're all done. So here's the payoff. The Container Recycling Institute says more than 100 billion plastic beverage bottles were sold in the U.S. in 2014. If we do the math, that comes out to about 315 bottles a person. Think about this. If everyone living in the city of Berkeley stopped using plastic water bottles and switched to reusable ones, we could keep more than 38 million bottles out of our oceans and landfills each year. For more climate hacks and climate change info, follow me at NBC Vianey Arana and check out NBCBayArea.com/climate-hacks.
Thank you for sharing that one, Andres. And now I'm going to show you guys a snack bag climate hack. Andres, I just sent you that link there. Let me see. Oh, I think I sent, there we go. Did I send that one through, Andres? Awesome. Okay, so think about it. Plastic water bottles, that's a big no-no, right? Millions are bought a minute. So if you guys are at home, like I use a regular glass of water, another big offender, guys, straws, right? We don't like straws. So you can do a reusable straw like this one, things like that. And I have tons of these on my website. So if, let me see, did I send it to you, Andres, the next link? Okay, how many of you like snacks? I like snacks. Snacks are really good. And you probably have to pack a lunch sometimes, right? Maybe not now that you're at home, but maybe when you do have to pack lunch. So let's watch this one because this one might be helpful for you guys who love snacks. Oh, you might have to pack. There we go.
Taking a snack on the go is always a good idea. And these baggies sure do come in handy. The problem with these plastic bags is oftentimes we use them once and then toss them in the trash. Earthday.org reports plastic packaging accounted for more than half of the world's single-use packaging trashed in 2015. That's over 141 million tons. To put that number in perspective, the average elephant weighs at least 2 tons. So 141 million tons is equal to more than 70 million elephants. Hey, Vianey, it's time for your climate hack. Let's ditch the plastic and go for a reusable option like this instead. Not only does it keep your food fresh, but you can even use baggies like this for your toiletries for when you're on the go. So what's the payoff? According to One Green Planet, switching out just one plastic sandwich bag for a reusable one can keep more than 500 plastic baggies out of the ocean. Now imagine if everyone living in the city of Morgan Hill, that's about 45,000 people, made the switch. We could keep more than 22 million plastic sandwich bags out of the ocean. For more climate hacks and climate change info, follow me at NBC Vianey Arana and check out NBCBayArea.com/climate-hacks.
Guys, that's a lot of plastic, right? That's a lot of plastic just from your snack bag. Now imagine your plastic toothbrush, your plastic water bottle, your, let me think, what else? I have so many, oh my gosh. Okay, your plastic utensils. Do you guys like ordering food out? Who likes Chinese food, pizza? Let me think, what else? Mexican food, tamales, tacos, me gusta de todo. You do, right? And every time that you go to a restaurant and you order food, what do they give you? Plastic forks and spoons, right? Because you need them to eat. So all of that has an impact on our planet. And it all ends up in the landfill, and it can take hundreds of years to break apart. Sometimes it never fully breaks apart. So those climate hacks are so that when you are walking around your house and you're packing up a lunch, you think about, how can I make a change? So for example, this is a bar of soap, right? But it's not for my hands. This is dish soap. I put it on my kitchen sink like this, and I use my brush, and I can just wash my dishes. And it doesn't come in a plastic bottle, and it doesn't have plastic packaging. So when it washes off and it goes down our drains, it's natural, which means it doesn't hurt our turtles, our whales, our sea life, which a lot of it's endangered. How many of you have been carrying around hand sanitizer? I have, right? You have hand sanitizer. I use it all the time. So once it's done, what are you going to do with this bottle? Well, this bottle is recyclable, but did you know you can get it refilled and keep on reusing it over and over again? So a lot of places have things that you can refill over and over again. And that's what we wanted to do with the climate hack. So when you're looking around your home, this isn't a homework assignment. This is just for fun. Start noticing all of the things that are made out of plastic in your house. Plastic plates at parties when you're getting cake, right? It comes on a styrofoam plate or a plastic plate. That's not good, right? We can make better decisions with the plastic plates. Maybe go for a reusable option instead. But somebody's going to have to do the dishes at some point. So keep that in mind, right? Okay, so those are some of the things that we are trying to do to help you make an impact and help save our planet. So there are bigger issues like the disappearing fog going on with our climate, but little small changes around the house can help make a big difference. Binks's poop bags here, this little guy's poopy bags, his poop bags are compostable. So when I throw them out, they break apart and they don't hurt our food chain. And if you guys don't know what the food chain is whatever little animals eat up the soil, it gets transferred to our fish. And then whenever somebody, let's say a whale eats the fish, then they get whatever the fish ate. So if the fish eats microplastics, which is the most common form of marine debris, that hurts our food chain. So Binks's poop bags are now eco-friendly, right, little guy? He can't go in the toilet like you and I, but you can help make a difference there too. Or if you have a cat, there's natural clay cat litter. That can also make a big difference because did you know that clay used to make cat litter involves strip mining of our forests? And that doesn't help our planet. So you may want to go for another option. So yeah, that's it, guys. Climate and our weather. So not only do we talk about how hot it's going to be that day, we want to talk about how we can help save the planet on a bigger scale, right? So not just everyday forecast, but also the science behind it. And you guys are all scientists now too, because you know how lightning forms, and you're going to look around your house and see what's made out of plastic that we should switch out, right? Help out mom and dad who are doing a really good job of helping you guys out from home. All right, Andres, I'm going to toss it back to you.
All right. Hey, thank you. Thank you. So working beyond the weather forecast. Wow. So much information to continue to help our beautiful planet. Remember, NASA, we do lots of human space exploration, which is landed on Mars. We're going back to the moon, but we only have one home, and it's this beautiful planet, right? We've been talking about this through this whole Destination Space series. We have to make sure we're really good citizens of our community and our planet, right? Because we only have one home. Okay, so now we're gonna start our Q&A session. Thank you, Vianey. Hang in there. We're gonna allow our students and teachers and parents that are with us today to ask you questions.
Okay, let's start with Allison. Go ahead. I'm gonna ask you to open your mic. Hi, Allison.
Hello.
Hi, Allison.
Hello. When she was talking about the reusing plastic bottles and using glass bottles, I thought the same way because I did a couple minutes ago before this started. I did an assignment on that. I think we should be not using plastic bottles. Instead, we should be using metal or glass bottles instead, so we can help our earth and environment.
Yeah, great job. So you're already one step ahead of us. And now you can share that with your friends and your cousins and your aunts and your uncles and all of that. And then you share with them all of the great information that you know. And then hopefully they stop using plastic water bottles too, right? So good job.
Thank you. Let's see. There was Chevelle. Go ahead. Unmute yourself. Hi, Chevelle. Welcome.
Hi, Chevelle.
Go ahead, Chevelle. What is your question?
can't hear you, Chevelle.
Oh,
Uh-oh. It's not unmuting. That's okay.
let's try one for a few seconds and let's see. Oh, yeah, her headphones.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
Can
Type it up in the
Chevelle
chat.
type in there maybe?
Yeah.
yes.
Type it up, Chevelle. We'll read it out loud for you. Let's go to someone else for now.
Okay, let's go to Anthony right now. Anthony in Ms. Muller's class. Hi, Ms. Muller. Thank you for joining us again. Hi, Anthony. Go ahead.
Hi, Anthony.
How strong is lightning?
How strong is lightning? Oh, can you guys see? Did my page close?
No, you're good.
Okay, there we go. Sorry, it's because a notification popped up in my email. How strong is lightning? Well, as you heard me say in that presentation, remember it travels 60 million miles a minute. So it is so strong. Can you imagine that? That's a long ways to go. Do you ever have to run for PE, Anthony? Yeah? And how many miles can you do? You could probably do a lot, right? Because you're strong.
Yeah.
How strong? Yeah, so imagine doing 60 million miles. That's how fast it can travel, which means it's extremely strong.
Okay, let's see. We have Erin Ho. Go ahead. Hello, Erin. Go ahead and unmute.
Hi, Erin.
How many types of lightning are there?
There are so many. In that one slide, I think I had, was it 10? Or I think it was maybe more. Let's see. And we can have, here in the Bay Area, we have cloud to ground lightning. That's the most common form here locally. So just to give you an idea, it's not really a normal thing that happens here in the Bay Area. So for example, in that slide I had, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 forms of lightning in just that slide that I showed you, right? But there's some that happen more often than others. So the one that we had here was cloud to ground lightning, but it only happens about 2 or 3 times a year. So depending on where you live, you might get to see more, different types of lightning. But here in the Bay Area, we normally see about 1 to 2 different types of lightning.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for the question, Erin.
Logan, you had raised your hand from the beginning. Go ahead and unmute yourself. Logan? Go ahead. Hi.
How strong can the rain go?
How strong can the rain go? Well, it depends on how big the storm cell is. Whenever we're tracking a rainstorm, we're looking at how big the low pressure system is, right? And as it's moving, the strongest that we can find here in the Bay Area is called an atmospheric river. And you might hear us talking about it sometimes. The reason why it's called an atmospheric river is because the storm moves and it sort of creates in our satellite radar, it looks like it's a river, but it's connecting moisture all the way down to Hawaii, subtropical moisture. So it looks like it's a river. And all of that moisture travels through the sky. Think about it traveling through the sky, but it's in the atmosphere. Remember that. It's not actually the sky, it's more the atmosphere. And it creates a boost. So depending on how big the storm can be is how much rain falls per minute. And usually when we get big storms like atmospheric rivers, we can get 2 inches of rain falling every minute. And that's when we get concerns about mud flows, debris slides, and flooding in the area, right? So it depends on how big the storm is how strong the rain's gonna be.
All right.
Did that make
We're gonna
What a
do
great
one more
question.
One more. Let's see. Alejandra Perez, go ahead and unmute. Alejandra Perez.
How does plastic hurt ocean life?
Plastic hurts ocean life because when it breaks apart, it creates microplastics, right? And one of the things that you guys might have already seen are animals like turtles, whales, polar bears can find all of that trash around the coastline and they eat it, right? And they can either choke on it, or if it gets into their digestive system, can be poisonous. In addition to that, also those microplastics can sometimes have harmful chemicals, and that can be harmful to the coral reef, which if you who's ever seen a fish tank, and you know how they have the really pretty decor with it looks like trees underwater, right? It looks like trees, but it's coral, right? And it's seaweed and little starfish and things like that. Well, sometimes the chemicals found in plastic can also hurt the coral reef. So when that happens, then it starts to spread throughout our entire ecosystem, right? So it's one small piece of plastic can get into the lungs of a turtle, and then that creates bigger problems. Does that make sense, Alejandra? Yeah, thank you for such a great question.
All right. Hey, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Vianey, Arana, once again.
Of course.
So we started a tradition of taking a photo with our guest, very special. So right now, Matthew, if you would like to be part of the photo, yeah, okay. Yeah, there you go. And everyone, remember, sit up straight and then a big smile. Come on, look really, really, really good. I see 1, 2. All right, ready? Big smile. 1, 2. Yes, give me 1 second. Let's see how the camera did. Oh, that looks perfect. All right. Okay.
You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much for having me. You are all so smart, and you guys are going to look around you and notice all of those things that we can do together to work together as a team to help save the planet, right? Hopefully, right? No more plastic. 2 thumbs up. And then Binks. Binks got to say bye too.
All right. So once again, let's give Ms. Vianey Arana a big round of applause. Wasn't her talk incredible? She's doing so much to help us keep our beautiful planet, as best as we can. Remember, it's our only home. So thank you, Ms. Vianey Arana.
You are very welcome.
Oh, so thank you. Tomorrow we have another special guest. Tomorrow we're going to have Dr. Juan Fernandez Saldivar. He's an optical systems engineer, and he works for a company called Planet. And what they do is they take images, they take photos from space of our beautiful planet, and every single day they create a whole photo, a brand new photo of the entire planet. He's going to come and tell us how they do that tomorrow. All right. So don't forget, tomorrow at the same time. This is a new time, 1 p.m., but it's at the same link, the same channel. And then on Thursday, we're going to celebrate our beautiful planet Earth. It's Earth Day on Thursday. And so Mr. Guillermo Quiroz is going to join us on Thursday. He's a colleague of Vianey. He works for Telemundo. But I have to remind everyone why we're doing this, right? Remember what I keep telling every single one of you? NASA's doing this in collaboration with the Alum Rock Union School District because you guys are special, very special to us. You guys are the future generation. And we want to make sure that all of you do your homework, get really good grades, so you can graduate from elementary school and then middle school and then high school. Remember, high school is going to be a piece of cake. And that's where you really get well prepared for the university. Because once you go to the university, you can start working with us, with NASA, with Telemundo, with all these incredible places here in Silicon Valley. And when you graduate, you can come and join us as professional engineers, scientists, psychologists, architects, business people. We're waiting for you, but you have to do your homework. Did everybody do your homework last night? Raise your hand. Okay. Remember, you have to finish all your classwork today too, okay? And every single day. It's a lot of work, but only those that get really good grades and do well in school are welcome to come and join us. And all of you are gonna do that because I need help. Everyone at NASA is waiting for you guys, okay? So remember, we're doing this because you're all special, but you have to do your part. You have to do your homework. Okay, so we're gonna see you tomorrow. And then we're gonna see you again next week. So remember to join us. Thank you, Ms. Vianey, Arana. It was amazing. Nice meeting you over this media. We watch you every day. So everyone, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.